Hey Metalheads, and welcome back to another episode of Metal Academics. We are ready for some
Ensiferum.
And we're back with this swordmanship example. Why the sword?
You know, when you finish your PhD in Finland, you get a sword. I didn't do my PhD in Finland, but I bought the sword anyways.
Because it's just too awesome. So the band we're gonna listen to is all about swords?
It's all about swords. I don't know how the camera
swords
is taking this in, but Ensiferum in Latin means sword bearer.
I guess you are the sword bearer.
Yeah, and I think you took Latin in school.
I did.
Right?
I did.
I took Latin in school, and the most common word for sword is gladius, as in gladiator. And fun fact, what is this called? The sheath in Latin?
Tell me, I forgot.
Vagina. Or vagina. That is true.
I can see some connections.
That is true. But there's also another word for sword, and that is ensis. That is a more poetic word for sword. It's used in the Virgil's Aeneid quite a bit. And then there's also fer, which means the bearer.
Fer means the bearer.
So Lucifer is the bearer of light.
I knew that. I did know that.
Ensiferum is the sword bearer.
Of swords, yeah.
So that's your Latin lesson for today. But the band that is called Ensiferum is from Finland.
Latin.
Not Latin. No. They are from Finland. They're awesome, I think, and something we've been talking about in previous episodes. They are heavy on the growling.
And they are the ones to define our own intro sound so much. We love
That's
them.
right. Our intro video features a riff from a song that we'll play first from Ensiferum.
Is this the first one? What's the name of that song?
It is called Axe of Judgement,
Whoa.
which is pretty badass.
Axe of Judgement, from sword to axe. This is a very sharp episode.
Exactly. So we're going to hear, they have a, again, I've talked about this before, but I love when a song has an intro song, like a 1.5 minute intro song.
Yeah.
So this is going to be some live footage from one of Ensiferum's concerts where we'll hear the intro song, which is called March to War, and then they open with Axe of Judgement. So...
Axe and axe. I'm ready for this amount of metal.
Oh, so much metal.
Again, a pity I've never seen them live yet.
Oh, I would love to.
As of 2020, I haven't seen them yet. But yeah, they don't come to Malmö or Copenhagen, really.
Yeah.
Not
Finnish
yet.
bands. So
yeah, there's so many good ones.
I'm not a big fan of growling, but I give a pass to Finnish bands most of the time because they sing in Finnish and I don't know what they're saying anyways. But Ensiferum largely sings in English.
I was just going to say, like, growling is not about understanding the words.
But at the same time, the lyrics are equally as brutal. If you translate some of the Finnish bands' lyrics into English, they're brutal. So to hear them in English, you pick it up, slay them, behead them, this is war, make them suffer. It's pretty brutal, pretty badass. And I love the sound. I think that riff that we've made the intro video is
one of the best riffs.
It's
I mean,
awesome.
This is the song that I knew, apropos. I'm not so familiar with Ensiferum. Confess, I've never seen them. I haven't really listened to the whole discography and so on. But this song I knew, and this song, like, yeah.
And to be honest, I haven't either. They have tons of albums. I haven't got the chance to dig into all of them.
So they're quite established.
They're quite established as far as I know. And what I feel like with most Ensiferum songs is that you get 2 for 1. Like this one, it had the whoa whoa whoas. Like you get a different feel, and we'll definitely get that in the third song. I don't know how much in the next one, but sticking with the sword theme.
I mean, if their names is sword bearers, there better be swords involved.
And they have a lot of good songs. I had to struggle with this one. But this one is called In My Sword, I Trust.
Again, not because I don't think it's a good song. It's just it's funny that in your sword you do trust.
I do trust.
It has your name on it.
I do trust.
So
and
you better...
I slay all my enemies with that. So don't cross me. In the comments,
yeah,
couple you have.
I think there's a lot of power metal bands. They just love swords. Gulnarius, one of the bands we reviewed in the past, who's Japanese, they also love their swords. Raise my sword, samurai. They say, right? So there's something about power metal and swords,
or hammers, or in this case, the Axe of Judgement.
Yeah, weapons, old school.
So.
Nobody says my pistol.
Yeah. There is the gunman.
Yeah. This is an occasional gun, but overall it's like a...
Let's go pre-gunpowder.
Yeah, exactly.
So, In My Sword, I Trust. I made a video for this song with my favorite movie ever, which is Conan the Barbarian, of which is all about the riddle of steel and trusting in swords. But then I was not going to play it because it's blocked in certain countries. So if you're watching right now, congratulations, you're not in one of those countries.
This happened to us before. We're still like not getting this copyright thing.
So then I saw that Ensiferum had their own video I didn't know about. So I uploaded that one, and that one was blocked in every country. So instead, we're going to get my fan video. It comes from Conan the Barbarian, who trusted in his sword and with great success, I might add.
Conan the Barbarian. He told me about this movie, Michael, that is.
No.
I haven't seen it.
People don't know. Directed by Oliver Stone. It's a very deep movie. Philosophical themes.
So a film to watch and definitely a video to watch.
So we'll watch
Push play.
Conan trust in his sword. Conan the Barbarian in 5 minutes, everybody.
Wow. Very good video. I was drawn into the story just as much as I was drawn into the music. Actually, I haven't seen the whole movie. I've seen these clips also thanks to Michael before.
So it's about the power of faith versus trusting in steel and sword.
Really?
And Conan chooses steel, and James Earl Jones, i.e. Thulsa Doom, controls by faith. And when he chopped his head off in the end, it shows what's more powerful. Steel.
That's the moral
of
the
song. What do you think about the song?
I love the song. I don't know. I guess I just, whenever I was listening to, I got too much of the growling and it kind of put me off because again, I love a good growl, but not too much of it. This is a very good one.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't like growling normally, but
no, this is like a
gets a pass.
Melodious death metal.
Yeah. It is. I think they're self-described melodic folk metal.
Folk metal.
Yeah,
I didn't get so much of the folk, but yeah.
We'll get more
I
in the
like
next
the
song.
bass.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear the bass, and again, I think oftentimes the bass is less visible or less audible, I should say, instrument, even though it's such the backbone, right, of the song. And in this song, you could hear it, and it was good, and I enjoyed it.
So, now it's time for a quiz.
A quiz.
We've covered the Axe of Judgment. We've covered swords.
The swords. What can come next?
What haven't we covered?
Hammers or daggers?
False. Taverns. We have not covered taverns, and especially not the Twilight Tavern, which will be
the Twilight Tavern. Ninth alliteration.
Great song. Again, I think we also saw in the past too. This what I think is awesome about this band is that again, it's like 2 for 1. They take a kind of a veer into another sound, and then they come back to the
which I think it makes it more enjoyable to listen than monotonously repeating.
Maybe that helps with some of the growling that neither of us are really into. But Twilight Tavern has a really great, my favorite part is, you'll hear it, they have some female vocals that they bring in, and then it switches to the whoa, whoa, whoas.
Well, the whoa, whoa, whoas already got me right there.
So this is some live footage, pretty funny live footage actually to watch. And then we'll have, the real song on top of that. Twilight Tavern.
Twilight Tavern. I also like this idea of taverns. It's very primordial.
It is.
I guess.
It is.
So.
This is where you go after you've trusted in your sword.
I was going to say something else, but I refrained.
And at this point of the show, it is our time to take all of you into our own small, cozy little bar. And this place is called Twilight Tavern. They are warriors.
Must be in Germany.
Nice.
Sorry, I was wrong. There wasn't any whoa whoa whoas in that song, but how about everything else, huh?
Yeah. Wow. That was definitely folksy and definitely like dancing. You get a lot of energy from that song. The tavern seems to be a good place.
Yeah. I mean, could there be anything other than growling?
I think
to sing that melody. I don't know.
I didn't even think of it as growling. It just like was part of the song and it fitted. So
and I think that's part of why I like the band. Again, I'm not into the death metal, black metal, these sort of things, but for some reason I like this band a lot. It works.
It's a nice combination. I think it's also nice to think beyond this genre. Again, we talk a lot about this, and for anyone who's a new follower of our channel, we're not genre specific. We like metal, generally speaking, and some people may label different things we play as different things, but we just enjoy the music, and that's the criterion we use to get it involved. No, I really love this. It's very fun. It does remind me a little bit of Korpiklan, of course. Of course.
And with a little bit of keyboards instead of fiddle.
Yeah. And I think it's very nice and it's very dancing. And again, I wish I was, in the sun somewhere jumping around.
Kid at some point. The kid showed up the horns.
Live shows in the nice Scandinavian sun would be nice.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
Yeah. Post-COVID, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
But, so that's...
I really enjoyed it.
Thoughts?
Again, I only knew one of the songs, and I'm glad you played that one because otherwise I would be like, I have never heard of this band. And you destroyed kind of my impressions because I was thinking of them much more growlier and much more into this death metal kind of thing. And while the guitars are riffing hard and the voice can be growly as such, I think the melody is there throughout, and I really enjoyed it.
They're very, very melodic, and they're very prolific. They have tons of albums, tons of music.
Definitely something that I'll check out more in the future.
Yeah, even myself, I haven't made it through. I kind of stopped at the good stuff, but they have so many good songs, and then I haven't even really got to their earlier albums, and I know they're coming out, or they plan to come out with a new album, 2020, maybe 2021, who knows? But they're still producing, so.
Exciting. Again, I'm hoping for the live music to return and to be able to attend one of these concerts and let it all out at the tavern or with the tavern feeling. But it was very cool. A fun band. That's basically, I feel like a lot of energy coming from listening to the band.
And I think one that's, they're Finnish and they have this, a little bit of the Finnish kind of style that a lot of other Finnish bands have, but I think for me this is one of my favorites. Less on the sort of like death heavy side, even though their lyrics are very much about the Axe of Judgement, for example.
Which again, it still remains probably my favorite.
So a good entry into Finnish metal, I think. Maybe you'll go down some darker paths.
But let us know if you have any absolute favorites from the Finnish metal world. And again, we're just happy to hear what other people are listening to and maybe take on some suggestions, but generally just like having a conversation in the comments about what we just heard.
Yeah, so let's continue it on. But until then,
may your sword stay sharp.
And your quest end in glory.